may gani ni undang ang ulan, no? My God. Paano ba to? Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, this is Saturday, so I really can't blame you guys if uh, you cannot be with me on this online streaming. But anyways, I am just trying to make use of my time kasi medyo huli na yung ano natin, no? Medyo huli na tayo masyado. Try muna natin yung audio natin, be. Huli na yung ano natin, no? Medyo huli na tayo masyado. Try muna natin yung audio natin, be. Alright, be. Okay. Antay lang tayo sa iba, no? Para baka halimbawa may mga audience na yung mga grade 12 ngayon. Saan ko kasi yung mga grade 12 natin? Paano ba yun? Wait lang Bakit hindi maano? Try natin to. Ay. Okay, I have really prepared a floor plan, good for a two-story building, but in this case, guys, the demonstration that we are going to have this afternoon is how you are going to perform projection method when it comes to the drawing elevations, and that is on please kung nakakalimutan, module 5, no? So we are going to start in module 5. Ay, sorry. Nawawala eh. First grading, module 5. We are going to look at the ano. I-try natin i-try talaga natin yung module. Okay, drafting front elevation. Ito tayo diretso sa ano. So if you have your module right there, please try to have your module on hand. Okay? Alright. Drafting the front elevation. Okay, so first things first is, sabi dito, is prepare the floor plan and the roof plan for projection. So when we say prepare the floor plan and the roof plan for elevation, so we are going to remove unnecessary details which we are not going to be using from the floor plan and from the roof plan For example, we remove the elevations, then we remove some of the details, and then remove the furnitures and textures, and then remove the hatch patterns. So, for example, we are going to remove these things, alright, try to remove those things up. Okay, remove, alright. Okay, so that's what we mean by we prepare the floor plan for and the roof plan for projections. We remove some of the details that we don't need. Okay? Wait, kunin ko muna yung tubig ko. Okay, I've got my water already. Yung popcorn niyo, ready na ba yung popcorn nyo? Mahababang usapan to. Okay. So, first things first is, after we have prepared the, what do you call this? The floor plan and then the roof plan, next step is projecting the floor plan. O, sige, try natin, projecting the floor plan. Okay, we are going to use Ray. We are going to project the floor. Unahin natin yung ground floor. So we use Ray, enter. Click on the edges. It says there that project all the visible edges of the floor plan downwards. The wall edges, the window edges, the door edges, column edges, if the columns are nosing type. Okay? So we are going to project this one downwards. Right. So if you are going to observe, this is the when it comes to the openings, okay, the edge that I have projected downward is on the part of the wall, not yet on the part of the window. This one right here is the edge of the window jamb. Okay, so it's a part of the wall. So I've got Ray right here. Okay, the very reason as to why I'm doing this one a little bit fast, because what I'm trying to bring out from here is you have already reviewed what are the possible commands to be applied. So one way or another, I am going to anticipate that you have already gained understanding as of the different commands that we are going to apply. Aside from those people who doesn't have CAD who doesn't have the opportunity to have CAD on their homes. Alright? But anyways, eto na naman ang ipaalala ko sa inyo, ha? Anyways, whether it would be CAD or whether it would be manual, the procedures or the principle of the procedures are still the same. These are the things that we are going to follow. First things first, even if you are doing manual, prepare the floor plan, prepare the roof plan. Okay? Even if you're in manual, project downwards the wall edges, window edges, door edges, and column edges. Okay? The only difference between what we're doing now is some of you may be using the CAD software and some of you may be on the manual procedures. But then again, wala pong pinagkakaiba when it comes to principles on the procedures. Okay? So after you have projected this one, the edges downwards, and ang next daw, letter B, is draw a horizontal line as the natural ground line. Okay, we are going to draw a horizontal line. Okay? So if you try to observe that the horizontal line goes through and through, okay? Doesn't stop there, but the horizontal line is through and through. Alright? Now, next one is offset the natural ground line by 0.30 to represent the finished floor line. Okay? Offset 0.30. Now that is going to represent our finished floor line. Offset the finished floor line by 0.90 to determine the window sill. Okay, fine. Offset of 0.9. So I am trying to follow the procedures based on the module. Okay, because itatry natin kung bakit iba sa inyo ay hindi naka-follow. Sige nga, try natin to. Pero it is also one way of checking the my work if there is some flaws about it. No? Offset the finished floor line by 2.15 to determine the height of the door. This one right here is the window sill. This one right here is the finished floor line. So offset this one by 2.10. Okay, or 2.1. Then offset again the finished floor line by 3 meters going up to represent your ceiling line. Okay, fine. Offset of 3 meters. Alright? Then trim the excess line, natural, below the natural ground line and above the ceiling line. Fine. So TR, just going to highlight right there. Okay, and then trim right here, trim right there. So this is the possible form of your ground floor. Okay, next. After this one is, let's check. I'm going to go directly on, instead I'm going to go on projecting the roof plan. What I'm going to do is, I am going to, trim the rest of these excess lines to expose the details of the openings of this face right here. So, for example, this one right here is my column, and this column is a nosing type. So I'm going to trim from this one and this one. This line right here represents my finished floor line. So I might not be going to do anything for that yet. Okay, and if you are going to observe, this one right here is your window. See? This one right here is the opening. This one. So you are going to need this part. Okay, this part. So I'm going to go on trimming these excess lines, and this one I'm going to erase. Alright? Now, here's the thing. What we have projected is the rectangular column or the square column, right? But you see, this projected lines touches the quadrant or the circumference of this circle. But anyways, on the, what you call this? On the principles of an orthographic drawing, okay, this one right here, this circular column right here would appear as on a rectangular shape, no? As of the rectangular shape, if it is being viewed from the front. So it is just okay if this one, it seems to be like a rectangular column. This one right here. Okay, but actually, the first one, this column represents this column. This column right here represents this column. Alright? And then the opening of the door, it's right there. Okay. I'm not going, this one right here is our finished floor line. Then another window. So I have here the first, the ground floor elevation. Alright? Now, in order for me to transfer on the, in order for me to do projections on the, if I'm going to project this second floor, I'm just going to go draw a line right here, and then move this one, highlight this one. This is going to be my baseline. Okay, move M, highlight M, move. So for example, this one, then touching this line. Alright, so this, I am going to, now this time I'm sure that this object right here is aligned with this object right here. Alright, then I'm just going to move this one a little bit downward. Okay. Alright. Now, I'm going to, see, I'm going to project this one. Okay, I'm not going to use ray. I'm just going to simply use line. Alright, see? Or I can simply copy this one. So there are a lot of ways. There are a lot of ways as to how you can do that. How about this one? This one right here. I'll be projecting that one. This one, I'll be projecting this one. Right? Now here's the thing. This is what you are going to be careful with when we are going to do the elevations on your second floor line. Okay. Now, this one right here, this line is your ground floor finish floor line. Okay? That is your ground floor finish floor line. Right there. This one right here is your ceiling line. Okay? Do we have an agreement on that? Fine. Now, here's the thing. From here to, from this finished floor line going to this one is, we've got like 3 meters. Bakit 2.89 lang to? Offset. No. This should be 3 meters. Offset 3 meters. Wait. Sorry. Finish floor line going offset 3. Distance of okay. This one right here is 3 meters. So you've got stairs, right? You've got a stair right here. So may stairs ka. So ang mangyari is that you have anticipated, diba, na kung 3 meters, ito ceiling line mo. Ang 3 meters na yan, that is your ceiling line. Ito yung kaibahan. Okay? Ito yung kaibahan kasi. Some of you may. Is it 3 meters for your ceiling line? Going to your ceiling line? Or is it 3 meters going to your finished floor line of the second floor? Ganito yun. No? Ayun na yun. Kasi yung sa module natin, here is where I'm going to come in. Here is where I'm going to come in. Because our project is about 2-story building, right? And then the example that you have, actually the example that you have on the part of the on the module, as far as the module is concerned, the example that we have is a 1-story building. I have a reason for that one, but then hindi yan kasali sa segment natin ngayon. I am just going to focus as to how we are going to do projections on our front elevation. Okay? Now, according to the module, you are going to offset the finished floor line going to your ceiling line of 3 meters. Okay? This one right here is the ceiling line. Am I going to write this one up? Okay? To clarify this thing, ceiling line. Okay, here is where I come in. Since that we are working with a 2-story building, okay, we are not just talking about directly ceiling line measure, but we are also going to consider that there is a beam in between that floor line. There is a beam in between first floor and then your second floor. Nakuha ba natin yon? Now, if I say that we are going to have 3 meters finished floor line going to the finished floor line of the second floor. Ibang usapan yan. Going to the second floor, finished floor line of the second floor. Finished floor line of the second floor. I'm not sure why this happening. Medyo makulit yung software natin ngayon. Okay. Here's the difference. You look at this one. Okay? Based on the module, from ground floor line going to the ceiling line is 3 meters. But then you have a second floor. Sa inyo ba? Tinatrabaho nyo ba? You have a second floor. Ngayon, ang nangyari, you have prepared 15 steps. Why 15 steps? Because you have calculated that if you are going to have 3 meters from finished floor line going to the finished floor line of the second floor, and with a 0.20 height of the the steps of the stairs, 0.20, you are going to have 15 stairs. So, in which case, if ganito yung mangyayari, if this is what is going to happen, if the ground floor line going to your second floor finished floor line is 3 meters, your ceiling line would be this way, would be on this measure. We're going to offset this one of the possible height of the beam. So how much is the possible height of your beam? For example, the possible height of your beam is, so I'm telling you the beam matters. Okay, the beam differs, right? Oh, if we are going to have an example of your columns are according to its common distance of 3 meters, so we are just going to go on 0.4, for example. 0.4 is the height of your beam. This one. So this is your bottom beam line. This is going to be your bottom beam line. So this is the possible, this is going to be the possible height of your ceiling line. Why am I talking about the possible height of the ceiling, of your ceiling? The possible height of your ceiling, because some may prefer, this is the beam, right? Okay, this is the beam already. Some may prefer that their ceiling would be aligned on the bottom of their beam. So the height of their ceiling is 2.6. Some, this is the height of the beam, right? And we have the height of the slab of the second floor, for example, 0.20, some may prefer that the height of their ceiling would be from finished floor line going to the slab, bottom of the slab of the second floor. Okay, so this is where I come in. This is where I come in. So, I understand that some, kasi, ang nangyari, I'm going to give you a quick review lang, no? Why we are doing this? Because, the problem on your, on the national assessment, is about 2-story residential house. So, that is why, dito pa lang is that gianad na nato ang atong sarili that you are going to design a 2-story residential house. Nakuha ba natin yon? Okay. Ganun yun. Alright? So, if and only if, ibang nangyari dito. If and only if you wanted that this one right here, this 3 meters right here, you prefer ba? Ikaw, you prefer that this 3 meters right here is going to be your, I want that 3 meters is my ceiling line. That's it. I want it to be on my ceiling line. So, iba ang magiging istorya kapag ganito ang gusto mo. So, ang mangyayari dito is you are going to offset of 0.4 right there. So, ang magiging height ng from finished floor line going to the finished floor line of your second floor ngayon is 3.4. And you are not going to have 15 steps. Magkakaroon ka ng how much? 17 steps? Okay, I hope that this area right here is clear. Okay? So you are going to make a decision as to what would be the possible height, of your beam. So if we are going to go on a common distances of the column would be 3 meters, so we are going to go on the 0.4 height. Pag lumayo, of course, lalaki ang column, lalaki din ang height ng beam. Okay? So, ang height ng, when we are going to talk about beam, mas malaki ang height niya kaysa sa width niya. Nakuha na. Mas malaki ang height niya kaysa sa width niya. Okay. Saan ba yun? Saan ba yung ruler? May ruler tayo. No, ruler. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay, taking the principle of this ruler right here. Why is it that hindi natin pwedeng baliktarin ang height ng beam, at saka yung width ng beam. So, ang height must be bigger than that of the width. Must have a bigger measure than that of the width. Okay. For example, this is your beam. This is your beam right here. Now, if your width is less than that of the height of the kuan, the width of your beam is less than the height of your beam, ito mangyayari. Okay? Now, what if itatayo natin ang ruler? Ang mangyari is that your width is much smaller than the height of the beam. Oh, it's not going to bend. Okay? Oh. Now, that is the principle that we are going to apply on your beam. Kuha natin. Alright? So, if 3.40 ngayon, if you prefer that this height, kasi may tinatawag natin itong high ceiling, if you prefer that you are going to go on 3.40, for example, 3.40, 3.5, whatever, 3.40 ngayon, and this one right here is going to be your slab. Why I'm trying to discuss this way, because I am going to anticipate that you have already learned something based from your Architectural 101, and that is from with your grade 11. Okay? So, offset of 0.20. Yan. So, nakuha. These two are different. Ito, this one right here, at saka this one right here. Okay ba sila? Do you prefer that the height of the ceiling is 3 meters? Or do you prefer that the height of the finished floor line would be the 3 meters? Okay, nakuha natin yun. So, for me, for example, because this is just going to be a for presentation, as for me, I'm going to prefer that the 3 meters would be the height of my finished floor line. Kasi, mga Pinoy lang man din ang, sa Pilipinas ko lang naman i-build. Alam nyo na yung mga height natin. My God. Okay. Anyways, yun lang. Yun yung common height natin, no? 3 meters. At common ang height ng ng structure. Hindi yung tayo, ha? Hindi yung tayong may height na 3 meters. Okay. So, itabi natin ito. Kasi parang naintindihan na ito. Tabi natin yan. So, I am going to prefer that this one right here, okay, this one right here is 3 meters. So, this is the height of my, this is going to be the height of my, what you call this, of my finished floor line of the second floor. So I'm going to go offset backwards. I'm going to go on offset of 0.40 backwards. Ayan. So these two right here, this one is my bottom beam line. This one is my finished floor line. This one is the, what you call this, second floor, finished floor line. Okay? Then, the same procedure I'm going to, I am going to apply. I am going to like offset, okay? Offset the height of the window, offset the height of the door, and then offset the height of the ceiling, okay? So I'm going to go offset, for example, 0.9 for the height of the window sill. And then, offset for the height of the door. Right there. And then offset of, again, this time 3 meters. Okay. Going to my ceiling line. This time, this is going to be for my ceiling line. Now, here's the thing. Again, this is where I'm going to come in. This one right here is the 3 meters supposed to be your ceiling line. Kasi 3 meters eh. Ito. Ayan. That is 3 meters. The supposed ceiling line of the second floor. But then, since I would prefer that this one right here, this line right here, we are talking about second floor already, right? This line right here is going to be my girt line. Okay? This is going to be the top of my girt. So if this is going to be the top of my girt ngayon, and then I have the possible height of 0.30 for my girt, I'm talking about the girt beam, alright? I'm talking about the girt beam. So, this time, I am going to offset of 0.30 going down from this this is going to be my finished floor line. This is going to be my ceiling line for the second floor. Okay, so I've got a 2.70 height of my from the finished floor line of the second floor going to my ceiling line on the second floor. Okay? Alright. So I'm going to go on trimming everything else. So this is the height of the door. I'm going to trim this one. So take note that there is a possibility that I'm going to get mistakes here because this is live and this is not scripted. So just bear with me. But this is what I usually like. No? I really tend to do things on what you call this? Impromptu. Impromptu. Yun ba yun? Okay. So, I've got the window here and I've got this door right here. And supposedly, this one, supposedly I have a railings here. But I'm going to provide those details later on. I'm just going to have those details later. Because this part right here is my balcony. So, I've got a possible railing here. Like aluminum or like tubular railings here. Alright. Wait. Okay. Now I already have these two floors. So I'm ready to projecting the roof plan. Where is it? On the third part, projecting the roof plan. Okay, fine. So I'm going to need a guideline right there. And since I have projected the edge of this column, now I understand that this column right here is, this side is the edge. So I'm going to use that one as my guide. Alright, I'm going to like move that one a little bit downward. So if you're going to observe this natural ground line right here. If you're going to observe this natural ground line here at the bottom of your object, passes through the total width of your object. Okay? It passes through the total width. Kasi yung iba, ang ginawa, ganyan, no? Ganyan ang ginawa. Alright? So, I'm going to do is, I'm going to project this, project the visible edges of the roof plan, project the edge of the overhang, project the roof pitch. Okay, fine. Sabi niya, project ko daw yung roof, overhang, and then project ko daw yung roof pitch, then project ko daw yung overhang. I'm going to go first on the major roof. Okay? I'm going to go first on the major roof. So this one right here is my major roof, and this one right here is my secondary roof. So I'm going to go first on the major roof. Now, offset the ceiling line by 1.7 meters for the projection point of the fascia board of the main roof. Okay. This one right here. So offset. I'm going to tend to follow the modula, and we are going to see where it's going to lead us. Okay, offset of 1.7, fine, 1.7. Okay, and then the next one is offset the ceiling line. Now, this is supposed to be your ceiling line, right? But this is, for me, this is already our girth line. So that is why we are going to need this video if we are going to follow through with the this video is going to be in support with the on the module, because the example on the module is based on a one-story building, and our project is supposed to be a two-story building, but actually Nobody knows that we are doing the two-story building. Alright? Let's just keep it ourselves. My God! This part right here, we are already been exposed na nagtutu-story pala. Iba talaga yung trade school, nagtutu-story na pala sila. My God! Na! Huwag kayong maingay ha, na nagtutu-story tayo. Medyo maingay kasi kayo eh. Ano lang, lakad matutog, normalin, ganun lang. Alright, then the next part is we are going to go and offset a ceiling line by 2 meters. Okay, offset of 2 meters, fine. I'm going to follow. And then offset the ceiling line to project the inclination of the roof pitch and the fascia board of the main roof. Fine. So I'm going to do the projection here, and then I'm going to copy this one. I have to copy this one. Alright, then I'm going to go on MI. Alright. Okay, then I'm going to erase that one, and then this part right here is supposed to be supposedly our ano ba yan? Supposedly our gutter, supposedly our fascia board. Okay, so I'm going to erase this one because if you're going to observe, here, okay, this is the edge, this is the roof ridge, so I'm going to erase that one. Okay, then I'm going to trim this one. Okay, and then I'm going to provide a bit of a detail, offset of points like 0.15. This is supposed to be our ridge rule right here. Okay, that is a 6 inches ridge rule. Then if you're going to observe, this line is still our what you call this? This is still our girt line, and this one is the bottom or the ceiling line of the second floor. Okay, and by principle it is based on the observation, it is already being covered by the fascia board of our roofing. All right, so this is my primary roof. Then I think I'm ready to project my secondary roof. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm going to need a trick right here. Then I'm going to go on MI. Okay, fine, it works. Then offset of 0.15. I'm going to go on trimming the excess lines. Right there. And this part, I have to do a vertical line here. I have to provide a vertical line there. Okay. That is going to be my roof. Alright. So that is how you are going to manage your projections on your elevations. Okay. So if you are going to have it here, if you are going to do now, I am not going to do the details of the windows and doors already because we differ on the details of our windows and doors. For example, you might be using a jalousie here, you might be using a sliding window here, you might be using a panel door here, you might be using a flash door here, you might be using a combination window here. I just just try to draw your preference. But what I'm going to give you a guide here is I'm going to provide a detail as to where are the things that we are going to, what are the possible lines that we are going to go on editing. We are going to undergo editing. Okay, for example, this line right here. Okay. Now, you have, for example, I'm already done, alright? I am already done. There are instructions, guys. There are instructions, my goodness, that you are going to layer these things. Okay, you are going to layer these things. For example, number 4, performing cleanup drawing. So this is going to be already our cleanup drawing. Layer the outline, front elevation outline, and assign a color, then line weight of 0.30. Okay, fine. So, I'm going to provide you an example. So, I'm going to go on LA. Enter. So, I'm going to go on line. So, front elevation. I'm going to go front elevation outline. Fine. So I'm going to choose a color right there. Now take note, I am just using the bright colors because in this case of demonstration. But in your case, you are going to use dark colors. Okay? But anyways, whatever color that you are going to use, dapat hindi ako yuyuko, no? Maklaro naman. But in which case, in any colors that you are going to use, if we are going to follow, the standard printing, which is the monochromatic, or we're going to use black and white in printing actually. But in case of, compilations, in case of presentations, in case of what else? Emphasizing something, but most likely because of presentations, you are going to have colors. You are going to choose dark colors. You are going to choose dark colors, so that by the time that you are going to print, the lines would be visible. Because in any sense, I am really having a hard time reminding people that they are going to use dark colors. Why are they using yellow? Why are they using... Okay, you can use dark yellow. Kung may dark yellow ba? Kasi hirap niyong paintindihin eh. Or dark white. Gawin talaga ng dark white, My God! Alright! Ano ba yan? So I'm going to go on 0.30, and then I'm going to go on exit. So I'm going to go highlight this one. Highlight this one, right? And then where is that? Front elevation, outline. Okay, this is my front elevation outline. Now this time, observe the details I'm going to do. This one right here should be a hidden line. So, I'm going to choose hidden. Now, if no changes happens, go on PR while the object is active. So, PR. Then I'm going to go 0.025, and the change is visible already. So, I'm going to go on MA, and then click this one, click this one, and then click this one, and then click this one. Alright? On the part right here, I think I am not gonna be clicking this one. I'm not gonna be making this one into a hidden line because this part right here is not covered. On the balcony, the part of the balcony. So what I'm going to do is I have to trim this one. I have to trim that one. Trim that one and make a solid line, a continuous line. Right there. Then I'm going to go on MA. I hope you get that one. Why I have and this one. Okay. Now what about this part right here on your door, the opening of the door? So I'm going to go on right. Change that one into a continuous solid line. Okay. Now I want this natural ground line to be a little bit more special, so I am going to have it supposedly front elevation. Okay. Supposedly I'm going to go in LA and then go front elevation NGL, or the natural ground line, which is I want it to be in a different line weight of 0.5. I want it to be in a different color of, like, for example, blue, but in which case, for the sake of demonstration, I want it to be I want it to have a light color. So front elevation NGL right there. Alright. Okay. Now take note right here, this is your fascia board. This is yet the fascia board. Okay, so, okay, fine. I'm going to do a little bit of, detailing right here. Just a bit. Okay. For example, you have it here. Need to explode. So I could trim that one. So, and then I could, project these lines right here. This is just an example of gutter, okay? Gutter design. And then I'm going to go on MI. Right there. And then the next thing is I'm going to copy this one and place it here. Okay? But in your case, you could have a design of your own. Alright? Now, one thing that we are going to be considering also when it comes to elevation is that our dimensioning is focused on the levels of your structure. Okay? What do we mean by that? Okay, when we are going to provide dimensions from the natural ground line going to the finished floor line, fine? From the finished floor line going to your, for example, if this is going to be your ceiling line, okay? From your ceiling line going to your finished floor line of the second floor, and then that is the, what you call, for example, this one right here is your ceiling line of the second floor, and then this one right here is, the, what's that, the girt line, and this one right here is the pitch of your, and this one right here is the pitch of the major roof. This is the pitch of your secondary roof, and this is the pitch of your major roof. Okay? Now take note, observe the position of your dimensions. Observe the position of the dimensions. So I'm going to go on LA, and then I'm going to go on front elevation dimensions, where I'm going to go on yellow, and then the line weight is 0, 0. Okay, so I could have it that one on select some of the dimensions and place that one on the front elevation dimensions, and then I'm just going to MA this one. So that is what we call trying to provide dimensions on the levels of your structure. Did I dimension the window? The height of the window? No. Did I dimension the height of the door? No. Excuse me. For example, I've got a railing here. I've got railings here. Did I dimension the height of the railings? No. Okay, they are going to have their own details. So, the next thing we're going to do is we provide labels, right? Here's how I'm going to provide labels. So I've got line right there, I've got line right there, and then I'm trying to draw lines passing through. Okay, and then I'm going to go on copy this and then trim. See? It's easy as that. I'm going to go on MA. Have it that way. Then I'm going to copy some of the objects, some of the text. Then I'm going to go natural ground line. Copy. Turn on F8. Finish floor line. This one. Ceiling line. How about this one? Finish floor line. How about this one? Girt line. We lock one. Copy. This one is your ceiling line. This one is roof pitch. Alright? See? As simple as that. Now, even if you mean the hood. Okay. Now, even if you are doing manual, the same principle that you are going to apply. The same positioning of dimensions, the same labeling. I don't know why it is very much hard to understand. Okay? Ay, nag-CAD magud siya, manual magud ko. No! So you mean to say, pag CAD siya, hawod siya. Pag manual ka, bugo ka. Is that what you're trying to say? Alright? The thing here is, the software is just a software. Okay? The software depends on the user. It's not the other way around. Okay? So the same principle you are going to follow, the same techniques or the same the same method. Ano ba yan? Ano ba yung gusto nyo kasing marinig? O Bisayaon, parehas gihapon ang pamaagi. Oh, sa ako naman na kabukat na bato, kalawom na bato nga Bisaya. The same gihapon ang pamaagi na gamitin. Okay, bisan pag nag-manual ka. So by the time that I am going to check your manual drawings, kasi para magiging ready na yan for the possible maybe maka-execute tayo by baka nasa third grading pa. Now, let's just hope, fingers crossed. Para tuloy-tuloy na. So, when you're going to submit your manual drawing, hindi ibig sabihin na pag-submit ninyo, yung bang parehas ng pag-submit ninyo na yung sa last time na napakayagit, ano ba yan? Na hindi mo maintindihan ba? No? Sige. So, gano'n na lang. So, anyways, that's it for this session. We have spent, tama talaga no, 1 oras. We have spent 1 hour for this session. Oh, what else? Ang mangyari is, that is, ay, kuan man ko sir. Dili ko makarelate sa imong discussion sir no, kay ang imong mong gidiscuss sir kay front elevation, ka-charness. Okay. What if I am assigned on the, what if I am assigned on the, what you call this, right side elevation? Di ba, ang una, ganito lang gawin mo, i-rotate mo lang muna, rotate lang muna, lamang lang ng isang rotate. Whether you are on module 4, 5, module 6, module 7, module 8, lamang lang yan ng isang rotate. And the same procedure is you are going to apply. Project, project, project. Project. Draw horizontal line all over again. So, lamang lang ng isang ikot. So, that is why hindi ako nababahala kung bakit ang module ng iba ay nasa module 5, bakit ang module ng iba ay module 6, bakit ang module ng iba module 7, bakit ang module ng iba module 8. But I did not require you to return your to return your modules yet, because if you are going to observe the design of the module, they are very much independent. Ay, sinadya ko yan. No, sinadya yan. No? Kay to whatever man yung na-assign sa inyo, that is why kung titingnan mo, lamang lang ng isang ikot. But if you are going to check on the theories, the same theories ang laman ng module 5, module 6, module 7, module 8. Nag-differ kayo doon sa procedure lang. Pero during sa procedure lang din, lamang lang ng isang ikot. Sharo. Nakuha ba natin yun? Alright! Good evening sa lahat at that's it for this session. I hope marami tayong natutunan ngayong hapon, and I hope na, actually, I would like to congratulate the grade 12 people na yung mga bagong submit. Ito, yung mga bagong submit, magaganda na at saka very professional na yung isinabit. Thank you so much. Kasi imagine nyo na lang yung sarili nyo na halimbawa kaharap nyo talaga ako tapos nag-submit kayo ng yung isinabit ninyo. Ano kaya ang mangyayari sa inyo, no? Okay. But then, yung is very professional na yung mga gawa ninyo and very nice na talaga. So, I really wanted to thank you for that. And then, that's it for this afternoon. Time check, it's already 5:43 in the afternoon. And then, send my regards to your parents who are really very much trying their best, trying so hard that they could, assist us. Kasi, if you are going to look at the role of the parents, sila talaga yung bridge sila talaga nasali sila sa pressure. Sila talaga yung bridge between you na nakikinig, no, at saka yung sa teacher, no? And I really wanted to thank you for that. I really appreciate that one. That the efforts that you have done. So thank you so much. And I really do hope you could survive this. And I really do hope that hindi kayo magsasawa sa suporta na ibinibigay ninyo, dahil in which case what we are doing right now is for the sake naman of your babies, no? And take note, grade 12, please do extra effort, because our target is not just on the level of trying to educate you, but we are trying to go on the level of landing you a job by, if ever God's will, you are going to finish this course. All right? So thank you so much, guys, and have a good afternoon.